Good morning, everyone. I'm Todd. Michael Herzog and I are your practice leaders this morning. Welcome. I will be muting everyone and making bows, and then we will begin with our chant service.
I remember Mama.
Meditation is all nice, but sometimes you need some Jesus.
Mama would get mad at me for saying Jesus. So now I say, Jesus, help me. Turn it into a prayer.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try this again.
Take 3.
You can introduce yourself.
I'm Todd Yonkman. I'm Olivia's dad. I am a minister, a Christian minister with the United Church of Christ, and I am a Zen practitioner, a member of Worcester Zen Temple, a student of David Reineck Roshi, and a Zen teacher in training.
And how long have you been practicing?
For over 20 years, I've been practicing Zen. Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to tell us the story again?
Right. So the story of how I came to practice Zen, I guess I'm interested in religion in general, but it really came to a crisis point one day, very early in my ministry. I was serving at my first church. It was not going well, and I was having a particularly bad day. And at the church office, on the bookshelves at the church office were all of my books and all of your Mama's books, Olivia, and she was a religion major at Colgate University, and so she had a book by a Zen teacher named, a very famous one turns out, Shunryu Suzuki, who was a missionary from Japan to the United States. San Francisco was where his Zen center was. And it's actually a very famous book now. A lot of people I've met along the way have had a similar story where they picked up that book and read it and they were like, I'm going to do Zen. And so that's actually what happened. So I just happened to see it on the shelf and I picked it up. And I opened it and started reading, and I said, this makes a ton of sense to me. And I just started meditating right there in my office, right on the floor.
And so what has been your process with becoming a teacher?
Yeah. Like a lot of things with the Worcester Zen Temple, it's pretty informal, and it's guided by the teacher. The process has been all of this process up to now. Joining the temple, doing Jukai, doing koan study, and then at one point earlier this year, David Roshi just said to me, "Hey, have you thought about being a teacher?" And I said, well, actually, yes, I have. I've thought about, this, if I were a teacher, this is what I would do, or this is what I would say. And he's like, okay, well, I think, maybe we should explore that further, And so that's kind of it. I've been given permission to, to start a local sitting group here, which because of COVID hasn't really been possible, but And also I'm a practice leader now, so that means when we have morning meditation, then I'm leading the chants and playing the bells and that sort of stuff. The three refuges, Abudam Saranam Agachami, Adamam Saranam Agachami, Asangam Saranam Agachami. Just an encouragement to, when there's opportunity to, teach a mindfulness class or something like that, just to go ahead and do that. So it's really kind of, a lot of it is, I guess, with the teacher's guidance, finding and creating, opportunities to engage people with the meditation practice and with the Zen practice. So we shall see. I'll let you know as more as we go along.
To ask this, do you think that moment when you saw the book or noticed the book was like a God moment?
Right. So I love that question. It is really, it's a great question because it gets right to the heart of, so we have this practice which you're aware of. It's called koan practice, and koans are these little Zen stories, and they're kind of like, the point of a koan is to kind of help you kind of step into the kind of paradox of existence, right? Mm-hmm. You kind of step beyond your rational mind to kind of go to this other deeper place. And I remember, one of my first conversations when I asked David if he would be my teacher, he's like, well, that's your koan. He's like, you're a Christian and you're a Zen student. How is that going to work? He's like, that's your koan. And so asking that question, was that a God moment? Like that is the koan. So, the Christian Todd is like, well, yes, of course, that was a God moment. The Zen Todd would be like, I don't know. But what the Zen part would say it was a God moment in that all of the causes and conditions, infinite causes and conditions of life kind of led, somehow in some mysterious way, kind of led to that moment in a way that none of us can ever fully grasp with our human minds what led us to any particular moment. Like what, if you trace it back, like what led us to this moment right now? It's in Zen sometimes we call that everyday miracles. Every moment. It is, you're laughing, but it's true, I believe this. Every moment in that sense is a miracle. And what I love about Zen is that the whole point of Zen is like, can you wake up to that miracle? This miracle right now. you and me talking and being a part of this project, what a blessing. It's the whole enchilada right here. It is. I know. It's
I'm
like
just-
hard.
I'm
It's
laughing at enchilada.
yeah, it's the best enchilada. Every moment is the enchilada. There's your Zen saying for you. Yeah, okay.
I was
Here we go.
gonna say that you were sounding like David Roshi, and then you said enchilada, and then I was like, never mind.